Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about a Harvard-trained psychologist who worked with 1,000 children. And this article is titled, "I'm a Harvard-trained psychologist who worked with 1,000 kids. Why so many children are struggling today and what they need from parents." So I will put a link to this article in the description for the video. And this is just great stuff. And I'll just read some of this to you. If you're thinking it's tougher to be a kid these days, you're right. Sky-high rates of depression, anxiety, and chronic school absenteeism tell us that all is not well. While COVID-19 didn't help, these trends were in motion well before the pandemic. After working with over 1,000 kids as a clinical psychologist, I have found that these signals are best understood as distressed responses. And he talks about what are kids distressed about. Well, he talks about school shootings. There have been more than 400 since Columbine. And we had obviously the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas shooting, right down here, in South Florida, just, 20 minutes south and west of where I reside. High stakes testing. You've got these very difficult tests. It says for years, educators have warned that forcing every student to clear the same academic bar while trying to teach evaluations and job security to these outcomes ignores developmental differences. Social media and smartphones. This is a biggie. I've got 5 nieces, 2 grandnieces, 2 adult stepchildren, and listen, I'll be the first to admit it. We're all tied to our social, our phones and social media. Social media and smartphones, at best, they're a distraction in school. At worst, excessive use can harm mental health. A shortage of mental health providers. Yeah, this is a big one. In many parts of the U.S., children can't access care. Listen, in many parts of the U.S., adults can't access care either. I will tell you that there are less resources for minors, some people under 18. And there's only, frankly, even with the ones that are out there, there's only 1 or 2 I would refer you to. It's just as simple as that. And then they talk about, political polarization. Yeah, the country's divided, right? It has been really since that 2000 election, Gore versus Bush, the whole thing. And he says we need to rethink mental health. Viewing kids' challenges as problems in life, in living, shifts the focus towards identifying what's causing distress and fixing it. And he lists, 4 different things. What does effective problem solving look like? Make it collaborative. Be proactive. Don't focus on distress responses. Consequences aren't good solutions. Look, I'm going to let you read this for yourself. But the point I'm trying to make is that, look, when you have, children that are worse than, frankly, we've ever seen them before, you're going to have more adults that have these problems. That's why it has to be addressed early. And I agree with this article. Resources are there's just not enough resources, especially for families who don't have financial resources and health insurance. That's a problem. And I've talked to you in the past about the fact we have to make quality treatment available to everybody. Supposedly the federal government is putting their money where their mouth is. We'll see if that works. I'm always skeptical when the government, frankly, talks about solving a problem by throwing money at it, especially when it comes to behavioral health issues. But let's see what happens with that. The other thing is, there are so many different, look, I'm a child of the 80s. I grew up in the United Kingdom. We didn't have smartphones and the internet and all of that stuff. We're living in a different world here, and there's, our young children are just being bombarded with information, some of which tells them they're no damn good. And we've got kids going to ChatGPT for mental health advice, and, at least one that we know of, I think I talked about it in a video, who went and committed suicide with the help of ChatGPT. There's a big case going on right now in California where they're suing social media for basically, for lack of a better word, taking, I think the word I was looking at, mind melding their kids, right? They know that children are addicted to social media, these social media companies, and they took advantage of the situation. Again, we'll see where that goes. But look, if you are a family out there, if you have either a child or an adult who's really struggling, and you want to talk about what options are available, legal and non-legal, we'd like to have a conversation with you. I'd be interested to hear what you have to say about this. Do you agree with some of the things that are in this article? Do you disagree? I want to hear what you have to say. If there's an issue that you're dealing with, please talk about it in the comments, post, and I'll make a video for you, because if it's affecting your family, it's probably affecting somebody else's. And the whole point of these videos is so that you can get the information that you need. And then you can decide if you want to pick up the phone and have a conversation with us. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. They tell me it helps the Google algorithm. And if you want more of this content that I do at least once, twice a day, please subscribe to the channel. And with that said, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.